Alright, so here's kind of the next part of the notes, and when I say next, I mean it's part 2 and it's the last part, and it's these tangency theorems. So remember that we had those lines that were tangent to a circle? Like if we had a circle like this and we had a line that touched it at only one point, right? And it's always going to be on the outside. And that's a tangent. Well, that's a really important line for us in geometry. It has a lot of really cool special rules that help us to figure out circles. So here's some of these tangency theorems. All right. Well, the first is that if a line is tangent to a circle, so we have this line here, it's tangent to the circle, then it's also perpendicular to the radius that is drawn to the point of tangency. So if you remember, a radius just has to go from the center of a circle, and a radius can actually go anywhere onto the circle, right? That's a radius. We could draw one down here. This is a radius. Well, if we draw a radius from the center to the point of tangency, then this actually creates a 90-degree angle between the radius and the tangent line. That's a really cool tangency theorem that we're going to use a lot, and we got to keep that in mind. All right, let's look at another one. So in a plane, if a line is perpendicular to a radius of a circle, then its endpoints on the circle, then the line is tangent to the circle. So basically we're just saying the opposite thing is also true, right? We're just saying, well, if we have a radius and we have this line that's perpendicular to the radius, right? Perpendicular to the radius. Well, we know that this is a tangent. So we're saying that it works both ways. Both are true. Okay. And then last but not least, right? If two segments from the same exterior point are tangent to a circle, then they are congruent. They are congruent. So here's that interesting picture in your notes, right? And basically what we're saying is, remember the exterior of a circle is outside. So we have this point that's exterior. This point that's exterior. Well, if from this point two lines, right, like these two lines, are both tangent to a circle, right? Well, here's another tangent line. It only touches at one point. Then these two pieces right here are congruent, right? So just these segments, but the segment here from, like, let's call this E to point P, so EP, and let's say E to point R, okay? So EP would equal ER, right? So notice, just to let me know that you're following along in the notes, I want you to write this into your notes. Write it right next to this picture right here, right? EP equals ER. And I just want to see you write it in there just to know that you're following along. And this would be actually something else you would want to do because that's going to get you that extra 4 points, extra credit on the notes, just like the smiley face from before. All right. In the next video, we're going to see how to apply this. And if you wanted to go ahead and try it, go down to example 3, using properties of tangents. See if you can find the value of x in those problems.